God. Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Welcome to Sunday. Coming on here for a reason. May 23rd and 24th, I want to have 2 remember walks. Those who can't make it on the 23rd. That's what we're having on the 24th. So the 23rd and 24th, we'll have a remember walk. Hey Melissa. So they're going to be at the Monon High parking lot where the Freeman Bridge area is. That's where we're going to have it. What pisses me off when these other groups of people who are making all kinds of lies on things that they don't know, they never knew, but they believe so much in people's lies. For example, if I can be able to show this, hopefully I can. Let me see if I can show this. I wrote note. Can I show it? Hopefully I can. Where's the notes? Guess not. Well, I guess I'll have to read it. Here's what I wrote. And stuff. But those are the people who never cared for the 2 girls who were murdered in Delphi, Indiana. And never bought orange porch lights for them to support the families or go to the rallies for the girls, except only pretend to support the killer's families. Never saw them go to walks or go out there to see for themselves. Just put out lies on people, make up fake stories, and make sure their lies hurt innocent people. People that did nothing wrong. But listen to the persons who want them to believe his stories and his lies. Said he never asked his channel for subscriber, which he did. He asked his people to subscribe to him, in which he got them to do because of his lies, and tell them we will expose them, which he made them up and told his people that he has been lying all this time. We know and caught them in lies, especially who lied in court and lied about calling Steve Wilkos show. That proves they're liars. Here are the list. We got 4 pits, the prof, Rebecca, Noe, who stalks Anna Williams, Ronald Topham, who believes Ralphie, the guy in Canada who's never been here. He has never been here. He has not showed proof. At all. The person who's been lying on Delphi case all this time, who thinks he knows, he listens to, the lawyers said this, but the problem is the lawyers lied in court. The 4 people who they are blaming who killed Libby Happy, Oldinism has never done anything to those girls. There would have been more cars out there. There would have been cars in the cemetery. But they never were. Because one person was in the cemetery, he would have saw them. Hey, wife, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good so far. I just gotta be careful my ascending aorta. There are lots more people over the 9 years blame the family, telling people they killed their own children, and making people think the law enforcement framed the wrong person in corruption, that the police, Indiana State Police and other law enforcement frame up and set up is a act of false impairment, framing someone in a crime by proving fabrication evidence, telling people a judge was in on it to make people think it was a cult thing for the 4 people who killed the girls, which it wasn't. So they continue to spread these lies, about Kelsey, about other people, trying to make them believe, oh yeah, Randy did it. He was involved in this case. He killed him. No, probably not. They listen to a person in Canada who does not have nobody's records. He thinks he's the police and says, "Oh, this is what I found," which is a lie. He really didn't find anything. He believes somebody else's story. That's what he keeps and continues believes. But here's some things I found that we should remember about Libby and Abby and stuff. This is this one here. Who were Libby and Abby? Now, Abby and Libby were more than just victims of a heinous crime. They were vibrant young girls with hopes, talents, people who love them dearly. Abby was 13, quiet but fun-loving 8th grader out at Delphi Community Middle School. She had a bright smile and artistic streak. Abby loved photography, painting, playing saxophone in school band, but sports were her passion. She was especially in volleyball and had recently joined the softball team as well. In fact, Abby took a softball mainly to spend more time with Libby, who was excited at the sport. Abby's mother, Anna, described her daughter as someone who smiled all the time. She loved to be around other people. Abby was known for her kindness and the ways she would stick up for the underdog. She and Libby became fast friends in 7th grade and were nearly inseparable. Now, Libby was 14, was ongoing, outspoken, full of energy, raised by her grandparents, Mike and Becky. Libby was the kind of person who went out of her way to lift others up. She's always cracking jokes, giving a hug to someone having a bad day. Becky says Libby made it a point to make people feel good. In school, Libby was a talented athletic softball player who dreamed of playing in college someday. She also abiding tech was who enjoyed science class and tinkering with gadgets. Libby loved taking pictures and videos. Finally, it was her quick thinking to start recording video on her phone when she sensed danger. Ultimately proved critical evidence in this case. Family members lovingly called Libby Lady Liberty for her independence, despite and her big heart. Now, despite a different personality, Abby, a bit shy and reserved, Libby was more outgoing, and adventurous. The two girls bond over their love of outdoor sports. They were best friends who balanced each other perfectly. They spent countless weekends sleepovers, giggling about YouTube videos, planning their future. Both girls had creative sides. Abby with her art, and Libby with her photography and cooking. She often experienced baking treats for family on that fateful hike. They were just two girls enjoying nature, each other company on the day off school. The loss of these bright young souls hit Delphi hard. Teachers and classmates remember Abby gentle friendship and leadership and humor. They wasn't just names in the news story. They were real children with dream that will never be realized. The community vow that Libby and Abby would never be forgotten. Morals sprang up in the middle school library was renamed in their honor. Let's see here. In their honor, and plans were made to build a sports complex, in which they did Abby and Libby Memorial Park. So the future generation could play and remember the girls' love of the sports. In the words of Libby's grandfather Mike, they stuck together to the end. Two best friends who wouldn't leave each other sides. The heartbreaking image of their friendship enduring even in their final moments were only strengthening and resolve of love, ones who strangers alike to seek justice for those girls. And these people who are bad mouthing Libby's family and Abby's family, they don't see that side. They always been, every time I do something for Living Abby, talk about Living Abby, what they did, especially Libby. Let me show you about this one. Hold on, let me find this one. Let me see if I can find it here. Hold on, where to go? Oh, okay, WTR. All right. Where are you? Where are you? Pumpkin Patch. Okay, here we go. Let me Pumpkin Patch here. Let me get to it here. WTHR. And people, guy in Canada threw his little hissy fit. Let me find it here. Well, let's do this one. This one, I don't see those people supporting putting on an orange light. These people never put orange light. I did. People in Delphi, Indiana, across the United States are replacing their porch lights with orange light bulbs to light up Delphi. The effort is to support the family, Libby German and Abigail Williams, the two girls who went missing hiking near Mononai Bridge on February 13th, and their bodies were found the next day. The goal is to shine orange light to support until the murder are solved. And that's what they did. Everybody went out and bought orange lights. Where did they ever have orange lights? Did they support the girls? No, I don't think they supported the girls. They never did. All they keep on coming up, oh, the family killed them, or Kelsey lied. No, see, that's the problem. Or the police did a frame up job, put evidence against an innocent person in their house. Do they have any? Was they there when they found the evidence? So Lowe's and Lafayette donated 1,000 light bulbs to the case. Cause Delphi Lion Club offer them to the public for free donation, and receivers will go given to the girls. The twin packs of orange light bulbs will be at the following location. You got the TNT Pizza King, Q Graphic, Mitchell's Mexican Grill. But Indiana State Police released a picture of the suspect, which was taken by Libby on her cell phone. She also captured the man's voice saying "down the hill." Now you realize if she had her phone in her pocket and mumbling from the killer, you would not hear the full voice. But because you put something in your pocket, depends how you hear it. And you keep on saying, "Oh, that's not Rich Allen's voice," but people do realize he was there. He was the only one there when that one person left. Um, but I don't see them at that time doing stuff like that. I don't see them donating money for those bricks that's out there at that park at all. All I see is bad mouthing the family, stalking the family. Especially you got Noe stalking the family, Anna, at her jobs in park, because Prof tells him to go do it. Like I said, Prof tells Noe, "I'll go jump off the bridge." He probably will, and stuff. And I'm trying to get to keeping. Okay, keeping. That's what it's called, keeping. And then this other one. Oh, you're in Arkansas. And this other one. Let's see here. Keeping the memories of the girls. This one. Okay, you remember this one? That fast forward to Thanksgiving last year, the pumpkin still sat on family's porch until one day Libby's younger cousin kicked it off into the yard after dinner. They cleaned it up. What could they throw away? Said Becky. And that was the last time the Patties thought of the pumpkins until a few months after the girls were murdered, when it started blooming in their yard. Yeah, these people, Ralphie and them, bad mouthing about me reading this. That was one of the things Libby loved, her pumpkins. She loved Halloween and stuff. They didn't care. They bad mouthed people for something to remember the girls. And we bought pumpkin. People donated money for me to buy pumpkins. We bought 4 pumpkins for those girls. Um, I bought donations from those little stones of cardinals. And people said when they were that day I put those stones out there, has those cardinals with Libby and Abby's name on them. People saw cardinals. When we had walks on the day Becky and Cody with his wife now, we saw hawks flying around. 2 hawks flying around the bridge out there that day, knowing they're watching us. They know, saying thank you. Thank you for the remembering. A lot of things happen. We saw cardinals out there. People say, well, yeah, Randy, you put that cardinal rock out there, and people had cardinals, red cardinals, sitting on their cars, flying around. There were 2 hawks, 2 eagles flying around every time we had walks. These people didn't care about the girls. They did not care with nothing for these girls. And they're all out there listening to a story that long time ago, listen to a person in Canada who said this is the truth. Oh, the cult, these 4 people, the cult leaders of Odin killed those girls. Where's your evidence? You want to frame somebody innocent. Was you there with all the evidence they found on Richard Allen? They went through Ron Logan's stuff. Did not match to the evidence. Like I said, they have ways of knowing what knives cut through people's bones. You will be able to know what bones a knife cut. What kind of knife? They have a list of bones and knives. How they know what they are? Because they went to CVS, look for their cutting knives for boxes and stuff. Richard Allen's knife disappeared. As soon as the murder's gone, done, it disappeared. And Richard Allen was caught on Harvestor camera coming back from the cemetery. And like I said, that's where the killer left. I did a video of it. And exactly what I said, where it started and where it ended. Richard Allen knew what he was doing, went to the cemetery and find out, oh, this is where I can leave. I can park the car at the welfare office, which he lied where he parked the car because throw people off on the internet. Because I know about Delphi. The only building was out there is the welfare office where he's parked and stuff. There was a camera at Anderson's storage building over there, facing the welfare office. Caught the car on that camera. That's how they know the car was there. And that's how they know what time it left. So, have they know they wasn't there when police do their investigation? They think they were there, but they don't. There was no cover up. There was nobody putting stuff in Richard Allen's home. People were talking, we have people talking under their breath saying, oh, we can't talk right now. Problem is, Richard Allen had cameras outside the home because they know they had microphone. Be able to listen. That's why they waited. They did have the warrant to search. That's why they waited to get the search warrant to go back. They take photos before they take things. They don't plant anything and stuff. Why? Why would a cop plant something? How would they know to plant something before knowing who was the killer? Who was the killer? How would they know it was the killer to be able to plant something from Richard Allen's house? There was no way they can plant anything at Richard Allen's house. There was things that he did at Walmart to women he worked at. He did strange things in the Monon Trail out there. He was drunk that day. He was drinking, got pissed off by his mom for some reason. What was the reason? Because he's supposed to have had lunch there, but he didn't. He didn't eat lunch at Mexico, Indiana. Just down the road from Peru, Indiana, where he used to work. And he developed photos for people at CVS. He has seen these girls in bathing suits for how many years? From other CVS stores to Delphi CVS stores. He has looked. He can save those photos if he wanted to. No one knew the girls were going out there until the last minute. Becky said, okay, you can go, but you have to have your dad come back. Try and blame her parent, Libby's dad, because he went to Frankfort, Indiana. And he got mad at his mom. And when nobody else is around, he had to move quick to get the girls off. But like they said, they already had Richard Allen had those girls start stripping down naked until Brad Weber was coming home. He couldn't see them where Richard Allen was. Anyhow, how would they? He could hear, all he could do is hear them down below. He would saw up above a white van, but he crossed the creek. And when Delphi Dilemma was looking for information about the red mark on the SIM card, well, that means if it's a red mark, that means the phone doesn't work anymore. It cannot operate, but you can shut down. The water get into it, it shuts down, but it will be able to restart by itself. And mud could get into the speakers and the adapter where you plug in charging cord. So then leave exactly I said, beginning of this case, how it went down and how he got away. There was that one day I went out there. There was a guy who had whitish blonde hair. He was all wearing black shirt, black pants. On that day, there was 2 women pushing a handicapped girl. And also there were 4 squad cars of law enforcement going on the hike. It reminded me of the day that Libby and Abby would have got hurt, were killed. And it would have been a sad day to find 2 girls and a handicapped woman murdered again, them murdered. I remember that day. But blaming people for murders that never has nothing to do with. And that's all they did. They blamed somebody that has nothing to do with the crime. And they make people think on that side, we're propping all of them putting out lies. We have already found out that I've been telling the truth. Rebecca's been lying because she knows Ralphie was lying and made up crap, because we know she says, "Oh, I talked to that lady. I tried to call. She never picks up." This is from Steve Wilkos show. She never did. She never type, text, or call her. She knows. And that's why the lady from Steve Wilkos says, this is why. Yeah, proof that she lied. She's the one who was afraid to go on the show, knowing that she lied. And I had showed that I told the truth. Since I went to take a lie detector test. So she and them will be the ones who are afraid. Take a lie detector test. Well, I did. I wasn't afraid. Why don't they? And the guy read the transcripts. And he says, you were framed or something you didn't do. You don't have a record showing you did any of this. He was a law enforcement officer. So why trying to say, oh, he lied on the test? Nope. Did not. The machine knows if you're lying. It was a computer and him. He knows if somebody's lying. They know. C. Wilco would know if you're lying. If they came out, you lied. They would know. So these people who have been passing out lies all this time, well, think about it. So, hey, thanks for all coming. Hey, wife, hey, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Yes, we all know Rich Allen is guilty of this crime, and they didn't really care about the girls. They didn't even show anything towards the girls. Compassion. They have no compassion at all. None whatsoever. They just want to spread all this lies, just keep on going. It's been over 9 years now, and it's still going. Have I ever asked subscribers on my channel, on the last channel? I never asked anybody to subscribe to my channel. Never. You have Ralphie, Rebecca, all of them, Prop. They're the ones who asked for their subscribers. They're the one that asked. I never did. Hey, Julius, how you doing? I never asked subscribers at all. Do I ask for money? No, I never asked for money. None whatsoever. But those other people have. They have. They ask for money. So I never asked for subscribers. They subscribe to me by themselves. I don't ask for subscribers. But Ralphie, Rebecca, Prop, all these other people have. All of them. I haven't. I never asked for subscribers. It's up to them if they like my channel or not. Never asked for money. But we know they have. But they don't look at the good things that I read tonight. Remembering the girls, how they were before the murder. So, you didn't ask for money for a car repairs and Christmas present for your kids. I don't have kids. Do this. So that's another thing. I don't have kids. So, but hey, thanks for all coming. Appreciate it. Like I said, these people who want to still continue, they don't have nothing. They think they have stuff on the judge, but the problem is Richard Allen's defense team, they're the one who came up a lie saying these 4 other people who murdered were on the cult Odism side who killed them, which they didn't. They were innocent, and they showed proof they wasn't there, and evidence they were found. Oh, okay. So, but we're here to remember 2 girls, Libby and Abby, and the families who are trying to move on. Like I said, on May 23rd and 24th, the 23rd walk to remember for the girls will be at 1 p.m. And then those who couldn't make it on May 23rd will be a walk on May 24th at 1 p.m. at Mullen Park, and remember the girls that day too. So I appreciate it all coming. And let's continue to listen and pray that when the pill is over with, these people will stop and trying to stop playing games with somebody already has been murdered in the ground. These 2 girls should not be in the ground. They should be married, having fun in college and stuff. But Rich Allen came up with a lot of lies. He didn't want to go to the police station like he should have been. They knew. He knew he needed to go to the police station. And then how these trying to cover up their tracks. And that's what Richard Allen did, trying to cover up his tracks to make sure it looked like somebody else. Keen Klein, although he didn't kill the girls, if he did, he went to the wrong park. It would have been Raleigh Park. He didn't kill the girls. He made stuff up to get out of prison. That's what he wanted. He tried to get out. He wanted to come out and get out of prison. He didn't want to stay in there. All these people who made up stories trying to get out of prison so they can shorten their life terms. That's what they do. These prisoners who talk to Richard Allen and say, hey, this is what Richard Allen said, they try to shorten their life. Yeah, dudes, they're back and forth and on Ron Logan saying he did it. Well, there's no evidence at all. So, who knows? But, hey, I'm leaving off here. Thanks for all coming. Duvaliz, Mustang, Melissa, what is it? Wife Lilith, thanks for coming. And, Melissa. Yeah, you know, get Melissa. Who else? But, thanks for all coming. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye now.